Yesterday, Kevin showed you how to make a wicking container. And so today, Haley and I are going to show you what to put in it, which is the most important thing. We were planning on doing this video outside, but our neighbor had his big tractor out there mowing and kind of drowned us out. So we're going to go ahead and try to do this inside. Our first component is
peat moss.
Peat moss. And when you get peat moss, it's very, very dry, so you have to incorporate water into it. Run water over it and work it with your hands until it's moist. Otherwise, if you use it dry, you'll never get the water to stay in it. We use 4 parts, depending on how much you're making. We're going to do this in parts, so that way, whether you're doing a small amount or a large amount, you can figure out the amounts. So 4 parts peat moss. And then our second component is compost. Thank you. And that's going to have equal 4 parts also, the compost. You want to make sure you have sterile, clean, non-seedy compost, or else you're going to end up with a mess in your garden beds. What's our third component?
Perlite.
Hold it up. And the third part is perlite. You're going to use 1 part. How many parts perlite?
1 part.
1 part. So go ahead and get that in there. And then our next component,
Dolomite.
flip it around there. Our next component is Dolomite. That tends to sweeten the soil. Peat moss can be kind of acidic, so you want to get that in. It brings up the pH a little bit. So once all those are in there, go ahead and mix it all together into a nice mix, very, very well mixed. Put it into your wicking container. And then we have 2 other things. When you go to plant, you're going to put on top. You're going to top dress. You're not going to mix it all the way into the bottom of the soil. What would that be? What's your next ingredient? Don't you love her coloring?
Azimut.
So,
I don't even know if I said that right.
Azimut is a rock dust, and it's high in minerals and will help fortify your soil. So you're going to sprinkle maybe a couple cups on a container. No specific amount. You can look at the directions, but we just usually sprinkle it over the top. And then one more nutrient we put in it, because peat moss doesn't have any nutrients at all in it. Your compost, of course, does. Is worm castings.
I knew that.
Worm castings are so nutritious, and they are really going to bring your soil to life. And as we said, you don't want to mix these into the soil, but just to kind of top dress it. And that way those roots can work right into the nutrition there. We brought you out to one of our other wicking buckets to show you how we kind of complete it. As you can see, we have on top here, this is just tall kitchen bags. We use the heavy duty ones. We wanted white. We live in Florida, and we needed something that would reflect and make it cooler and not hot. If you live in the north, you might want to use the heavy duty black ones, whichever one suits you. And then we have a little piece of elastic here. We just tied around it. We'll give you the link of how to purchase this. And tied it around it, and it holds just great. Therefore, this keeps the weeds out and keeps the moisture in. Haley and I want to thank you for joining us today, and hopefully it was clear to you how to put your soil together for your wicking containers. And we're excited to try ours out and get them growing. We have several things planted and have more coming, and hope you guys have the same. Best of luck with them. And we just appreciate you guys. If you could subscribe, tell your friends, share, and push the like button, we'd appreciate it. Have a great day.
Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Have a great day. Bye.